Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 13, Chapter 16. Full minus full, Part 1 of 2. That is full, this is full. When full is taken from the full, full remains. This is the Upanishadic axiom. Divine is full, creation is full. Even when creation happened and the cosmos appeared to be produced from the divine, there was no diminution in the fullness of the full. Fullness is the attribute, the nature of the Supreme. It cannot be diminished by the process of creation of the cosmos. Why is creation also called the full? Because it came from the full. You go to the bazaar to purchase a kilogram of jaggery. The keeper of the shop brings from his store a big lump, and he slices off a portion weighing about a kilogram. He then weighs it again and gives it to us in return for the price amount. We sample a piece from the big lump and we expect the portion to behave as sweetly as the original lump. We go home and take a little to prepare the sweet drink called panikam. The panikam is sweet. The kilogram of jaggery and the mother lump all are equally sweet. Fullness is the quality of the divine. It is found in part or in portion or in half or whole. Quantity is not the criteria. Quality is. In the visible world that has been taken from the substance of the divine, this quality is found equally full. We shall not consider the world as anything less than God. God is in the world, in and through everything. Of course, there are scholars who proclaim that the world is a hollow zero, that it has no latent or potent strength. They say it is a dream and a delusion. But this is a sign of the blindness of ignorance. God is very much in the world, in and through everything in it, with no exception. In the Gita, the Lord announces, I am human among living beings, the cow among animals, the lion among the beasts, the cobra among the snakes, the eagle among birds, Prahlada among Rakshasas. No item is discarded as not worthy of God. There is no body that He does not activate, no form that He does not reside in. He is fragrance, brilliance, sweetness and taste, intelligence, valor, austerity, fame, contentment. God is in desirable and even undesirable things and qualities. One can acquire unalloyed bliss only by knowing this universal, all-inclusive glory of the Lord. There are 4 stages in securing the grace of the Lord by this means. 1. Attaching the mind to God. 2. Loving the form of God to which the mind has been attached. 3. Installing that form in the heart. And 4. Dedicating all that one has and does to the form so installed. You have a great example of one who successfully traveled through these stages and realized the goal of life in the Mahabharata, namely Ekalavya. Although Dronacharya refused to accept him as his pupil, Ekalavya attached himself mentally to him as guru, preceptor. He installed him in his heart and finally he offered at his feet all the skills and fame that he had won through the grace of Dronacharya. The 3 grades of intelligence. It has become a routine affair, this observance of the festival of Guru Purnima. This day the Guru is adored and gods are worshipped, praised and propitiated by song and feasting. But are these enough, let me ask? The observance can yield fruit only when the deeper significance of the day is grasped and meditated upon. Guru is the person who destroys the darkness of ignorance by his own illumination. Most gurus have only feeble, borrowed light. The removal of darkness has to be complete, with no trace of lurking shadow. Like the full moon that happens every year on this day, the mind of man has to be calm and fair, cool and full. The gift of light can come only from God, for He is self-illumined. God is the source of light for all planets and stars, as well as for all beings. In Vedantic vocabulary, Chit and Achit are 2 terms set against each other, comprehending between themselves the created universe. Chit means intelligent, and Achit means non-intelligent. There are no 2 opposites like this. There are grades slowly passing from one to the other, from the less intelligent to the fully intelligent. In fact, there are 3 grades, not 2. The first is Shuddha Tattva, the second is Mishra Tattva, and the third is Vasana Tattva. The Shuddha Tattva is what Christ referred to as the kingdom of God. It is far beyond the reach of the mind. It is the realm of pure equanimity. Mishra Tattva is the earthly kingdom, alternating between repose and activity, sloth and adventure, tamas and rajas. While the first is spoken of as the Nitya Vibhuti, the everlasting glory of the divine, the second is spoken of as Leela Vibhuti, the scene of the ever-changing, ever-fresh sport of God. And finally, Vasana Tattva is the region of inactivity, ignorance and inertia, the Tamo Guna. The Vedantic point of view. The universe is the field where God sports. Be aware of this fact every moment of consciousness, and there is nothing more you need for a happy existence. For you will then contact God in everything, through every thought, at every place and at every moment. His Leela is evident in the smallest flower and the most distant star. The joy that you can derive from the contemplation of these proofs of providence is indescribable. Krishna has said in the Gita that he is ever by the side of the joyous being. Be joyous yourself and make others too share in that joy. To limit oneself and be happy while self-centered is bad. The third stage, called Vasana Tattva, is where your narrow, selfish ways will take charge of you and enslave you. Vasana is the ingrained force of eons of enslavement to the senses. You have to overpower its subtle impact and liberate your will from its hold. Cultivate the attitude of unattachment, of indifference, by bypassing the urges through prayer and systematic practice. This will lead you to dharma, righteous behavior, and truth. You are then entitled to the Dharma Stambha or Sathya Stambha, the pillar of righteousness or truth. This is also referred to as the Vedanta point of view. Vedanta does not mean running away from home and the company of men and escaping into the solitude of the jungle. The home is certain to haunt you wherever you may take refuge. It implies the recognition of all this, the idham, as divinely purnam, full, and the ability to dedicate all your thoughts, words, and deeds to the divine. When you have the Vedantic vision, the place where you are will thereby be Kailash for you. End of part 1 of 2. Prashanti Nilayam, July 23rd, 1975.